Hey friends, I'm Diane and welcome to my Farmstead dream. It's cold today. Oh my goodness, it's so cold. And we still have not gotten our first frost here. It's, I think, November 22nd, maybe the 23rd today, somewhere around in that vicinity. And I still have all of my plants outside. They're doing really well. So I'm kind of glad because it has kind of extended my growing season this year. And I know on the last video or so, I picked, my peppers and things like that. But I mean, I still have flowers. I still have, peppers on the plants. So I'm not mad about it. But I am late on getting my garlic planted. I've just been so busy and had so much going on that I have seriously not had time. And I was going to build a garlic bed, but I think I've changed my mind on that. So because of some things that are going on and some changes that might be happening, and not super soon or anything. But anyway, I think I've decided against building a garlic bed for now, just until, we know what changes are going to be happening and when. So I've decided that instead of building a garlic bed, I'm going to go ahead and do like I did last year or year before last when I actually planted the garlic, and just put them in some of these planters. So I ordered quite a bit of garlic, so I'm just going to stuff them in and see how we do with growing them. I don't know if you can transplant garlic or not. I'll have to check and see. Because, if things don't do what we want them to do or what we're planning on them doing, I may need to eventually build a garlic bed, and I don't know if I can transplant them into a garlic bed. So I have to do some research on that. But anyways, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to get my garlic planted. But first, let's go check on the chickens because I haven't looked at them today. Good morning, girls. How are y'all today? Y'all, they're getting so big, and I've noticed it seems like just overnight they are filling in with feathers. They still have quite a bit of fluff on them, but it won't be long until they'll be fully feathered birds, and I'll be able to let them out in the yard and let them kind of peck around in the yard during the day. So they're doing really good. I mean, the temperatures have been really, really cold this week. Like it's been down into the 30s. It has not reached freezing yet, which is why my plants are still alive, but it's been pretty close. So, and they've done just fine. I mean, like here's the, let me see if I can get you to see the heat lamp. There we go. Now you can see the heat plate. And of course they're pooping all over the top of it, so I'll have to kind of keep that cleaned off. But yeah, I mean, they're using it. Some of them are using it, but not all of them. So I guess it's just kind of a matter of preference for them. So anyways, I've been giving them some snacks. I don't know if you can see the zucchini squash in there. Not zucchini. That is a spaghetti squash. So yeah, and it looks like she's just kind of hanging out on top of the spaghetti squash. So anyways, just a little check on the chicks this morning. They are growing and getting bigger and bigger day by day. Y'all, I think I might have a Silky in the batch. I didn't order a Silky, but I did order a little, like a starter kit or a starter set of chicks. And I think there were 5 hens and a rooster in that. It was like a homestead starter set or whatever. And in that set, you don't get to choose what kind of chickens you get. You get to, it's just like a random pick that the hatchery sends to you. So, but I think this is one of those, and I think she might be a Silky. Are you a Silky? She just has pretty fluffy, fuzzy feathers, and I do have them, as you can see. I've got them some toys coming. They should be here today, actually. And so that'll give them something to do in here so they're not so bored. They're playing with this string right here right now, but I don't really want them playing with the cord on the brooder plate. So, hi, baby. Hi, baby. Will you let me touch you? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. You're okay. You're all okay, I promise. Oh, you want to touch it? You want to touch it? Hi. Hi. Here you go. Here you go. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Get it. Let me come down a little further. You can do it. You know, sometimes I come out to my garden and I have no idea what I'm doing. And I find myself just kind of sitting here and staring at it like, what in the world am I doing? And I struggle with ADD. I've never been officially diagnosed with it, but when I was in college, I was diagnosed with what was called LD, and that was before they came out with the ADD diagnosis. So I'm assuming it's the same thing. I could be wrong. But anyway, I come out here sometimes and I find myself, and I get upset with myself because I'm like, okay, you've wasted so much time just sitting here staring because you really don't know what you're doing or you don't know what you need to do, or you know what you need to do and you're not sure if you're doing it right, so you pause, and only to look back and find that you've paused for an hour. And so then you have to focus your mind. You have to get your thoughts focused, and you have to remind yourself what you're doing. But then you just keep going, because that's life for you. If you have ADD or ADHD, I don't have the ADHD. I don't have the hyper part of it, thank goodness. I don't think I do. Sometimes I do, probably. But you then have to spend a little time refocusing, and sometimes my brain physically hurts between the ADD and the migraines. It physically hurts to do the work of refocusing your mind. And I don't know, I don't have any idea why I'm telling y'all this, other than the fact that I've dealt with this my whole life. My daughter deals with it. Actually, all three of my children deal with it. My husband deals with it. It is something that is a lot more prominent in our day and time. And I believe fully that it is due to all of the things in our food and our food system that is bad for us. They are killing us. The food industry is absolutely killing us. It's making us sick every day. And it's not just me. It's not just my children. It's everybody. Everywhere. Some more than others. I don't know. I guess some people's immune systems can fight it off a little better than others. But everybody is being affected by our food. And that's why I am so passionate about my garden. Not the only reason why, but one of the main reasons why I am so passionate about my garden and about learning how to grow my own food, because I know what I'm putting in my food. So and I know I'm not probably ever going to be able to grow every single thing that I eat. However, if I can grow as much as possible, then I'm at least less exposed to all the junk that they are putting in our foods, like dyes and chemicals and all the yuck. Because a lot of times after I have a meal or after I eat something, my stomach hurts. And I think that my stomach hurts a lot. And I think that a main part of that is from the food. And so I'm trying on this journey to learn how to grow good food for me and for my family. And I think about things like with the chickens, like what am I feeding them? I'm feeding them, of course, I'm feeding them high dollar chicken feed. I'm feeding them non-GMO organic chicken feed, but then I'm giving them scraps too from our table. And it crosses my mind that if I'm giving them scraps from our table, they're getting the same thing we are. Those chemicals and those dyes and all of the things that are not good to be consumed. There are a lot of things in our food that are illegal in most other countries. And so it causes me to think about it and think, if I'm feeding my table scraps to my chickens, they're getting the same things that we are, and is that going to affect the eggs or the meat if we do meat chickens? So those are things that I think about. So I don't know why I had this conversation, other than the fact that just to kind of maybe bring to your attention, to pay attention to the things that you're eating, pay attention to your labels. It's a journey, okay? And you're not going to be able to do it instantly. It is not an instant thing. You cannot instantly just stop eating all of the junk and jump right straight into eating only things that have no junk in them, so to speak. So it's a transition, and that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to transition us into healthier food, because my stomach shouldn't hurt every time I eat. Your stomach shouldn't hurt every time you eat. You shouldn't have headaches or that's not normal. It's not normal. It's not natural. I'm not I'm not a health food nut or what have you, but I literally watched pharmaceuticals kill my mother. It was a slow death over 20 years. It started with a car accident, and from there, it just went downhill. And so I've always been very cautious about taking any kind of medications or pharmaceuticals or anything like that. I try to, and even more so now, I try to address any problems that I'm having with natural things versus just automatically jump into things that you get over the counter or behind the counter. And it's not easy to do that, you know. It's much easier just to go to the store and buy a pill to fix the problem. But the problem with that is it doesn't fix the problem. It masks the symptoms or hides the symptoms, and it's only a temporary fix. It doesn't get to the root of the problem. So anyways, start your journey. Start your journey to be healthier, even if it's growing some lettuce in a single pot on your patio or your apartment balcony, or even on the counter in a nice sunny window somewhere. Start doing your research. And when I say start doing your research, you don't have to sit for hours and research. Just start reading. You know, when you pick a meal, I've got a cricket over here somewhere, I can hear him. Or it might be a katydid, because they like the green stalks. But when you pick a meal to eat, after you have that meal or before you have that meal or whenever you have time, you know, sit down and look at what you've eaten, and then look at what's in it. Look at what you use to cook it, and see what kind of effects that, or any kind of warnings, or, you know, what the ingredients are. You know, start by doing that once a week. And I promise you, if you start doing that and you start seeing the things that we're eating, it will change your life, and you'll start paying more attention. Because if we don't pay attention, they're just going to kill us with the stuff that's in our food. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but they are all in cahoots together, y'all. The doctors and the pharmacists and the USDA, the food people, the FDA, they're all in it together, and they're not doing it on purpose. Some of them may be, but I don't think in general, I don't think that they're doing it on purpose to cause us problems. It's all about money. And so you've got this one over here saying, hey, I will give you funds for this if you do this. And that's how it all starts. And then it goes from there. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse. And it's all about who can make the most money. And I don't even think it's a competition. I just think it's greed in general. You know, and it's those ones who, you know, they're just trying to make their name in the world, you know, and they don't realize how many people that they're harming in doing what they're doing. So I don't think that it's being purposely done for the majority of them. I do think that the pharmaceutical companies are making bank off of us being sick. I mean, years ago, you know, when I was younger, there weren't 2-hour waits in a pharmacy line like there are now. So, and that's in a small town. I can't imagine what it's like in a big city, having to wait in a pharmacy line to get your medicine. So, anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I guess I said all of that to say, pay attention. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body. Not because you need to be a health food nut or because you need to be in the in crowd. Who cares? I don't care about any of that. I just want to feel better. I'm tired of feeling sick all the time. And that's not a pity party. I'm not, trying to get you to feel sorry for me. I'm just saying that's what started me on this journey. And I know that there are a lot of you out there who don't feel good either. And you're tired and you're frustrated because the medication it's helping, but it's not fixing the problem. But I'm here to tell you it's never going to fix the problem. Medication is not going to fix the problem. It's going to hide the problem or the symptoms of what the actual problem is. And it's going to keep you dependent on those medications for as long as possible. And you go to the doctors and you're supposed to be able to trust the doctors to help you. But that isn't, yes, there are some good doctors out there. But they're harder and harder to find. And they don't know everything. They call it practicing medicine for a reason. They're practicing on us. And so you have to, I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. I go to the doctor. When I need help, I go to the doctor. I go to the doctor every few months because I have to have medication. I'm working on that. This is how I'm working on that. This, even what little bit this is, it's a start. And it's me taking back my power. Got a hawk out here. That's not a hawk. I'm not sure what that is, but I've never heard that kind of bird before. Maybe a thrasher. That's a blue jay. Can y'all hear that? I hope you can hear it. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but I'm just saying, start. Love yourself enough to start. I didn't used to be this size. I didn't have a problem with being this size until several years ago. I was a size 14. I've always been thick, and I'm fine with that. But it was like one day I woke up and I had just blown up, and I have been battling that ever since, and cannot lose a pound. I went on a heart healthy diet with Sunshine when he had his heart attack several years ago. I went on the heart healthy diet with him. He lost 50 some odd pounds and I gained 4. Something's wrong with that picture. So anyway, I'm tired of feeling bad. I'm tired of weighing this much and not being able to lose the weight. And so it's a battle. It's a battle I fight every single day, and it's a battle that's worth fighting. So I'm going to keep fighting it, and I'm going to keep learning, and working toward being a little more independent. I want to take better care of myself. And I want to be able to do that through food and natural medicines more than through taking a pill every day to ease a symptom. So anyways, that's my spiel. Let's get busy. Well, the sun is quickly setting and I'm finished with what I'm going to be able to do for the day. These are all of my herbs I'm going to take in the house when I get my first frost warning. Those peppers will go in the garage protected so that hopefully they'll revive next year. I have all of my plants insulated with leaves. This is mint, lavender, cilantro, spearmint, parsley, and there's a little sprig of rosemary in there as well. Do I love having leaves right at my entry door? No, I don't, but I'm willing to have that if it'll keep my plants alive till the summer. Oh, and I was going to show y'all, look. See him? That's my avocado tree that the goats ate. He's growing back, so I was excited about that. So yeah, so those are insulated. I have my garlics over here on the edge of the porch or the corner of the porch, and they're very well insulated. That is a Carolina jasmine. And then I have all of these insulated, and as the leaves fall, because I still have quite a few leaves that are going to fall, and as they fall, I'm probably just going to bunch them up into these corners and in between pots just to kind of give them a little extra insulation so that hopefully my plants will last until spring and start growing and thriving again. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the content of this video. If you did, would you give me a like, a subscribe, leave me a comment, share the video if you're so inclined, and I will just see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to spread your seeds of kindness. Big hugs.